Well, all I can say is thank you so very much. I'm humbled and deeply grateful for this honor. The list of physicians previously receiving this honor is truly impressive. I'm in very distinguished company, and I'll try to uphold the image. I hope my shoulders can carry the heavy weight over the year. I'm a little afraid it'll be like the Miss America title. However, if I falter, I'll be dethroned, and the first runner-up will have to assume the duties of my office. I told Susan Favorite that I'm not going to give up the tiara, maybe the sash. Anyway, I really was just going to dictate a report, but they said I could speak. As my family knows, I will try to be brief. I believe in the philosophy of Dorothy Parker, who said, brevity is the soul of lingerie and wit. First, I'd like to introduce my family. This is my wife, my trophy wife, Kimberly. I usually call her my first wife, but I think she likes trophy wife better. She originally wanted to marry an archaeologist, so he'd be more interested in her as she got older. But she has put up with me all these years, and I'm still quite interested. My daughters and their husbands, Niels and Meredith, and Jim and Elizabeth, you just stand for a second. Also, my brothers, Keith and Jeffrey, and my children's godmother, Nancy Cass. Well, it's good to have old colleagues here, too. Jim Patterson's here, a great friend and wonderful physician, longtime friend and colleague, Paul McCary. His children were born at Fairview Hospital, as my own. And David DeAndre is here, Mary Dines, came in from South Bend, and it's a pleasure to see them again. They were good partners in our private practice Fairview radiology group, and we were in practice for many years. There were very good friendships in the group, but you know, eventually, as they say in Star Trek, you know, you will be assimilated by the board. Resistance is futile, and so we're happy to back here. I've received many good wishes from those who couldn't attend. Pete Fagan actually called me from Florida to wish me good luck. Many have expressed regret that they were out of town meetings or vacations or on call, and some are rotating their tires or washing their hair. I really did get many very nice calls. Really many sincere thanks to everyone present, particularly the medical staff of Fairview Hospital. I'm happy to be the excuse for a great party, and I guess this improves in your credibility and improves and increases it as you're perceived to be Paleolithic. Actually, when Dr. Rokowski, who's the head of the Cleveland Clinic Radiology, now the Clinic Imaging Department, announced at the departmental meeting that I'd been selected Fairview Physician of the Year, he commented that the two of us were residents together back when most of the clinic department was playing in the sandbox. Sadly, it's probably true, that was the late 70s of the clinic. My first exposure, so to speak, to Fairview radiology and the medical staff followed a motorcycle accident I had in 1967. I was taken to the then Fairview General Hospital with a broken ankle and was operated by a young orthopedist, Dr. Rakowski, late Dr. Rakowski. So, from the ER, I remember being taken to the X-ray room, number 2, across from the ER in the X-ray department, and frankly, it hasn't changed much over here, except for some subtle equipment updates. And things turned out okay, and I had a very favorable opinion of Fairview Hospital. I relied on the great staff at Fairview for the rest of my life. I did prior to my CWR medical school OBGYN rotation at Fairview in the mid-70s with Dr. Fernbach. and Dr. Cook. And I also did part of my Cleveland Clinic residency rotation at the Fairview Hospital in the late 70s. And as they mentioned, both of my daughters were born at Fairview Hospital, one when I was a resident of the clinic and the other one when I was on the staff. My parents were cared for by Drs. Blaney and Wilbur. My father's recurrent TB was cured by Dr. Gopal. I won't tell you what Dr. Lamb did. Both of my parents were treated by the Fairview ER and various other staff members. And the competence and caring of the medical staff of Fairview has always impressed me. I feel the staff, and particularly the present department heads, are the best the hospital has ever had. As I've often said about the practice of medicine, if you don't care about people, you're in the wrong business. The medical staff office, Susan Favorite, who keeps the whole place together, and Mary Keaton, who unfortunately couldn't be here tonight, and Dr. Neil Smith, who has served tirelessly as president of the staff, which is an unbelievable job these days. And Neil Chadwick, as medical director, they've just done a great job. And Dr. McCarty has just been a wonderful head of radiology. We all respect him and rely on him greatly. The pathology department is outstanding in its physician support. They used to be known for, seeing the fireworks on the 5th of July, but now they're right beside you as you're doing your work. And I'd like to incidentally congratulate my friend Steve Lamb on his new book that's coming out. It's called Looking Out for Number 1. Dr. Tafari in the ER department is great. Dr. Treat, Dr. Gopal, Dr. Maida, anesthesiology, pediatrics, Dr. Mooley. I could go on and on. They're just great people to work with. Likewise, I think the present regional and Fairview administration are the best ever. Please give a hand for Fred DeGrandis and Jan Murphy.